Hi, my name is ColdBeer and let's start with Beyond Galaxyland. You play as a random dude suddenly thrown across a weird zoo-like solar system where every planet feels different, from neon cities to frozen wastelands and jungles full of things that definitely want to bite you in various places. So here you'll explore strange worlds, solve light puzzles, talk to bizarre characters and fight in turn-based battles that actually stay fun, because timing here really matters. Also, one of your companions is literally your pet guinea pig named Boom Boom, who runs around with a firearm, and that already is enough reason for this game to exist. If my childhood hamster had a gun like that, my whole neighborhood would remember me differently, that's for sure. The cool thing is that you can also capture creatures and later use them in battle, so it has that nice Pokemon spice without pretending to be Pokemon, and the whole thing just moves fast. No endless filler, no 10 hours of opening tutorials, just a fun cosmic adventure with pixel visuals that look way better than they have any right to. Basically, if you like classic RPG vibes but want something more chill, shorter and less likely to keep your virginity safe forever, this is a very easy yes. Monster Hunter Rise. This is originally a Nintendo Switch game released back in 2021. Now we have this action-soaked game on Steam as well, and this version is obviously upgraded to meet our expectations. You will rise to the challenge and become a hunter, explore brand new maps and use a variety of weapons to take down fearsome monsters. That's what developers say, but I would change the word fearsome to airy-fairy, because those monsters are anything but fearsome. Although they are beautiful, I can't deny that. Each monster you hunt will provide materials that allow you to create new weapons and ammo. You can also upgrade your existing gear so you can go back on the field and hunt even more airier and fairier monsters and earn even better rewards. Of course, all of that is presented in 4K resolution with ultra-wide monitor support and unlocked frame rate. Resident Evil Village. The story is set a few years after the events in Resident Evil 7. The all-new storyline begins when a man and his wife start living peacefully in a new location, free from their past nightmares and horrors. And just as they are building their new life together, then, you know, stuff happens. Otherwise, it would be a love story, not a fantasy story with horror elements. Village is one of the coolest games ever, with an atmosphere creepier than your neighbor-in-law.
Wait, what? That exists?
I don't know, I hope not. Also, this game is not a pure horror game as you can imagine. It's really not that scary, it's just creepy. And overwhelmingly positive reviews are here for a reason. This game is fantastic. Also, you can play the free demo version on Steam. Riddles and Sieges. This is a medieval puzzle game where you use all siege weapons to solve puzzles. So, let's be fair, when some castle was under siege in the medieval times, a warlord had to solve the puzzle. How to crack walls, how to tactically lay out ballistas and trebuchets, how to enter the enemy's stronghold, milk all the citizens and rape all the goats. Well, I might have confused a thing or two, but the fact is, every medieval siege was an actual puzzle. So here each building works and attacks differently. For example, a catapult shoots over a tile, trebuchet does the same but has a delay before attacking, and ballista only attacks when being destroyed.
Wait, what?
I know, whatever man. So here you'll encounter 55 handcrafted levels, with each one being harder than the previous one. Also, you can make your own levels and test your friends. Smalland, Survive the Wilds. Here you'll traverse puddles as big as a lake, scale skyscraper-sized trees and scramble through cavernous cracks in roads as you explore a huge open world from a new perspective. Well, honestly, we all saw this in Grounded already, but that game is obviously oriented to a younger audience, and Smalland is more like a traditional open world RPG with heavy crafting and survival elements. Yeah, keep that in mind. The game is filled with various challenges. The squirrel gangs that see you as a walking peanut can be a little overwhelming and add an unexpected twist to your tiny adventures. One of the coolest things is that you can ride various creatures, and not only on the ground, there are plenty of flying mounts as well. And for me, after flying for countless hours in Hogwarts Legacy, it's very hard to go back to any game that doesn't have this feature. Anyway, you can play the game alone or with friends. Also, if you are afraid of spiders, fair warning, you are a pussy. I'm kidding, I just wanted to stress out that here you will encounter some realistically looking and moving spiders that may not be compatible with your raging arachnophobia. Crashlands 2. In the second part of the game, you will return as an intergalactic trucker and disgruntled corporate employee. After years away from the planet, you return to visit some old pals and recover from corporate burnout. But before your vacation can even begin, a mysterious blast from the planet's surface sends you crashing into a new land, far from friends and alone in an alien wilderness. That isn't that bad. You'll meet a colorful cast of characters, each with their own unique skills and knowledge. You may befriend them, help them with their goals, and discover new crafting recipes together through the power of friendship. After a long day of exploring the wilderness, fighting slugabunds, and getting sneezed on by trunkles, you'll need a place for you and your alien pals to relax. Build a cozy home away from home, where you can retreat from the outside world to craft, chat, and farm, or tame orphaned slugger baby. Achilles, Legends Untold. EA will take control of a man with a really weak heel but with very strong everything else. The journey will take you to many different corners of mythological lands, where you'll obtain powerful artifacts that will aid you in your quest. The game has a cool AI system that introduces innovative enemy behavior. Opponents have unscripted interactions with each other and are capable of coordinated attacks. Developers are also saying that sometimes your enemies are even taking advantage of their surroundings. Well, honestly, that should be mandatory in every modern game. If your adversary is ignoring surroundings, that is so old school. I think even pigs in Duke Nukem 3D could hide behind the walls, and the game was released in the past millennium. So Achilles Legends Untold is Souls-like, but not as hard as actual Souls games. Various Diablo-like action RPG lovers could play it as well. But of course, don't expect Diablo-like battles. Here every battle is important. Well, at least they are made this way. If you played, for example, Sands of Ora, you may realize what I have in mind. It is a mix of genres, but I think it's really worth your attention. Trepang 2. He will take on the shoes of an escaped soldier who has no memories of his past life but is infused with supernatural abilities. All you want is revenge for something, you know, and you'll stop at nothing. You will deliver devastating punches, sneak around in the shadows, wield powerful weapons, and give the bad guys a taste of their own medicine. Or a taste of pineapple in the potato salad, which is way worse and should be banned by Convention of Geneva or something. So anyways, you can already tell the game has strong horror vibes and has visuals and atmosphere similar to legendary Fear games. Here you'll find 6 difficulty levels, so even if it looks hard to crack, on easy it is quite easy. Game has above 90% of positive reviews on Steam, and you can play the free demo version as well. Wall World. This is a mining roguelite with tower defense elements and a very affordable price. Here you'll explore procedurally generated mines and discover fantastical biomes, find resources and technologies and purchase valuable upgrades, fight off hordes of aggressive monsters using your mobile base and roam the world freely day and night in various weather conditions, find traces of the others and boldly mine where no man has mined before. The game has a really fun concept, beautiful art style and reminds me a bit of a Dome Keeper, another beautiful indie game. People on Steam are saying that the game has a great replay value and a bit of a boring ending, but this game is the journey, not the destination. Bendy and the Dark Revival. The second part of Bendy and the Ink Machine was released 5 years after the success of its predecessor, and surprisingly it is even more loved by the puzzle and horror fans than the first part. On Steam it is close to an overwhelmingly positive title, and that is a thing you cannot ignore. Here you will play as Audrey as she explores the depths of a creepy animation studio that's gone completely mad, just like your alcoholic Uncle Steve who believes that Earth is in the shape of a vodka bottle. Yeah, flat earthers are such a thing of the past. Anyway, he will combat ink-tainted enemies, solve puzzles, and evade an ever-lurking ink demon while seeking your way back to the real world. You never know who or what is going to be around the next corner in this crazy realm of shadows and ink. Like in the first part, you will have to discover the truth, escape the studio, and above all, fear the ink demon, and survive. A wonderful game for your spooky evenings. Resident Evil 2. This is a complete remake of a classic game. Overwhelmingly positive review score softly hints that it was a complete success as well. Resident Evil 2 offers a fresh take on a classic survival horror saga with realistic visuals, immersive audio, and a new over-the-shoulder camera. You will also get modernized controls on top of gameplay modes from the original game. I can still remember when I played the original game when I was 14 years old, and somehow I had my mental balls big enough to play it every evening after school. Well, on those rare rare occasions when I actually went to school. I'm a YouTuber not because I was very good at studying, you know. But I was good at games, that's why you should avoid me if you need your appendix surgically removed. But if you want your boredom removed, I'm your guy, that's for sure. Monster Hunter World. You'll take on the role of a hunter and slay ferocious monsters in a living ecosystem, where you can use the landscape and its diverse inhabitants to get the upper hand. You can hunt alone or in co-op with up to 3 other players, and use materials collected from fallen foes to craft new gear. There are 14 different weapons at your disposal, each with its own unique characteristics and styles of attack. Many hunters acquire proficiency in multiple types, while others prefer to attain mastery of one. Monster Hunter World has 87% of positive reviews on Steam, left by more than 200,000 players. Incredible achievement. ABZU. From the art director of Journey, ABZU is a beautiful underwater adventure that evokes the dream of diving. Here you'll immerse yourself in a vibrant hidden world, bursting with color and life as you descend into the heart of the ocean. But beware, as you swim deeper you will confront the dangers lurking in the depths. Nah, I'm kidding, you can't actually die here, and you have no fighting skills as well. This game is a pure adventure, a real member of the walking simulator family. Well, swimming simulator I guess. Although keep in mind that without a controller it is almost impossible to play it. Even with controller it may prove to be a challenge at first, but after a while your brain will adapt and you won't be thinking all the time which button you actually want to press. The adventure is a bit naive, so the game is suitable for children as well. Also for your mother, just help her with the controls, otherwise she may say something like,
I don't understand anything. I want to go up, but it goes down. This BS is still happening even if I'm pressing all the right buttons.
No, you're not, so let me show you. So if you played Journey, you probably will like ABZU as well. This is a great game, you have my sincere recommendations, although keep in mind that this game is just like your Ding Dong. Very short. Lost in Play. This is a journey across childhood imagination, with thoughtfully created puzzles and interesting characters. You play as a brother and sister duo on an adventure to find your way back home. Between reality and fantasy, you will explore the enchanted forest of a horned beast, start a rebellion in a goblin village, and do many things that are considered doubtful in our part of the galaxy. The game is filled with interesting, never-before-seen puzzles. For example, you will challenge a pirate seagull to a game of clicking crabs, serve magical tea, and collect pieces to build a flying machine. Why do you need a flying machine? Well, I would never spoil that for you. If you watch the animated series named Over the Garden Wall, this game has very similar vibes. If you never watched Over the Garden Wall, you should. Like, it's a must-watch animated feature. You will thank me later. And the game, yeah, overwhelmingly positive review score shines really brightly and lures you in like an angler's lamp. 5 Nations. If StarCraft was mockingly called a Warcraft in space, then 5 Nations should be called a Warcraft in space, because it is following the same gameplay formula as Blizzard games, but everything is happening, you know, in space. But don't worry, this is not some grand strategy game or something like a homeworld where the distances are huge and everything is happening super slow. No, in 5 Nations the background is space, but all the action is the same as in old good base builder RTSs. The game gets little attention because it's an indie game and they have no money to make a huge advertising campaigns. I found it just because I was especially looking for games like StarCraft, and it still took me an hour to get to this game. 5 Nations managed to stay true to old school gameplay, voiceovers, and even writing style, and that is great. Remember Me. This is an action adventure where you will take on the role of a former elite memory hunter with the ability to break into people's minds and steal or even alter their memories. What is more cyberpunk than that, huh? So the authorities, fearful of your knowledge and capabilities, arrested you and wiped your memory clean. After the escape from prison, you set out on a mission to recover your identity. This search for the past will lead you to being hunted by the very people that created this surveillance society. The action is set in a Paris of the future, so get ready for a very cool environment. People are saying that the game has an interesting story, and even if it's a bit older, graphics are still kinda decent. ASTRONEER. Game is set during the 25th century intergalactic age of discovery. Here, astroneers explore the frontiers of outer space, risking their lives in harsh environments to unearth rare discoveries and unlock the mysteries of the universe itself. In this space sandbox adventure, you can work together with other players to build custom bases above or below the ground, create vehicles to explore a vast solar system, and use terrain to create anything you can imagine. So basically, you are invading beautiful planets with beautiful nature and making an industrial hell out of them. Yeah, screw nature, the galaxy is full of it. People on Steam are saying that here you are your own worst enemy. You will fall off the cliffs, touch deadly plants, and forget something at your base that is half a galaxy away. Yeah, anyway, very positive reviews are here for a reason. Almost everyone loves the game, and there is a huge chance that you will love it as well. House Flipper. Don't get me wrong, but I think that everyone should play this game. Not because it is immensely fun, well, it is, but because you will get so much knowledge on the renovation, design, and even how to use tools. For example, at which end to hold the hammer, at which end to hold the nail, at which, well, you got the point. So here you learn about materials, colors, tools, and how to make them work together to create wonderful houses, rooms, and even bomb shelters. Regardless if you plan to create the house of your dreams, help the residents with their renovation, or feel the need to smack some walls, House Flipper is a perfect game for that. But as I've said before, especially for the knowledge. The game is relaxing and some even say stress relieving, so don't think twice, the price is really nice. Tunguska, The Visitation. This is an isometric survival game that brings you to the dangerous Tunguska exclusion zone, where you will face deadly traps, infectious mutants, bandits, and well-armed rogue military. Game is inspired by the same story as a Stalker, The Roadside Picnic, written by the Strugatsky brothers. Keep in mind that they wrote the story before any serious nuclear accident ever happened, so it's not actually tied to Chernobyl or any other nuclear disaster, just a post-apocalyptic, gritty and dark Soviet Union filled with unexplainable horror. Although you can literally describe a casual Soviet Union without any post-apocalypse with the same words. People in the comments are saying that if you like Stalker or Atom RPG games, it's a no-brainer. Also, it has very positive reviews on Steam. Just keep in mind that despite walls of text, looting and side quests, it is an actual twin-stick shooter, and at first may be difficult to control. Although from my own experience, when you get used to it, everything will be fine. Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus. Take control of one of the most technologically advanced armies in the Imperium, the Adeptus Mechanicus. Here you lead the expedition on the newly rediscovered planet and will try to seize the power. You can customize your team, manage resources, discover long-forgotten tech, and control your tech priests every move. People on Steam are saying that this game is highly addictive, well-written, and can be appealing not only for Warhammer fans, but also for simple folk that never even heard the word. I doubt the last one, but it's really hard to find any negative feedback. More than 90% of the reviews are positive, so really close to overwhelmingly positive title.
And now thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Also subscribe. Do it now. Bye.